You ever notice how quiet the world gets after midnight? When everyone's asleep, and the only sound is your own breathing? Now imagine sitting completely alone, miles from town, in a tiny guard shack. Just you, your screen, and a pair of glowing eyes staring at you through the glass. This isn't about burglars. This isn't some wild animal. This is something else. Something that waits until you're tired and alone. So yeah, I'm a night security guard. Official title is security professional, but let us be real. I'm just a broke college kid working overnight shifts to pay tuition. I work at a camping supply warehouse about a mile out from my little hometown in the Midwest. Middle of nowhere. Dead quiet. My job? Sit at the shipping gate in this tiny building separate from the main warehouse. Let the trucks in. That's it. Maybe 5 trucks a night. The rest of the time, I'm alone. Sometimes I do homework, scroll Reddit, watch Netflix. It's boring, but chill. That was until last Saturday. I was in my chair, listening to music, rereading Lord of the Rings for the 20th time. Then out of nowhere, I start feeling really drowsy. Like, can't keep my eyes open, kind of tired. I chugged the rest of my Mountain Dew, stretched a little, and that's when I saw it. There was this dark, round shape in the window. 2 pale eyes, glowing orange in the streetlight, just staring at me, unblinking. I froze, couldn't move, couldn't scream, just locked into this gaze. It started to move slowly along the outside wall, toward the side entrance. And just when I thought I was about to pass out, headlights lit up the driveway. A red truck pulled in, and boom like that. The spell was broken. That shadow darted off the pavement into the grass and vanished. The rest of that shift, uneventful. I didn't sit down once. I told myself I was just sleep deprived. The next night, Sunday, I came in wired. Chugged a Monster instead of soda, determined to stay sharp. Around midnight, I started feeling it again. That pressure in my skull. I stood up, walked around, stared out into the dark. Then the office phone rang and scared the crap out of me. It was the office guard, calling to say she was coming down to grab the day's paperwork. We're chatting. I glance out the window, and I stop cold. It was back. 2 glowing dots at the end of the driveway, like little flames dancing in the dark. They floated just outside the reach of the streetlights, drifting toward me. I felt this wave of sleep hit me hard. My arms felt heavy. My legs, my eyelids. The guard was still talking to me, I think. Her voice sounded like it was underwater. That shadow, with the lights for eyes, was halfway to the booth. I felt my body start moving, like I was about to open the door and walk out to it. And then bright lights again. She pulled up in the patrol car, and just like before, the thing was gone. Disappeared into the field. She stayed with me for the rest of the shift. Didn't say much, just stayed. When I woke up Monday afternoon, there was a voicemail from my supervisor. They gave me the whole week off, with pay. I should have felt lucky, but all week I had dreams. The same glowing lights, pulling me toward them, like a black hole. Wednesday night, driving home from a friend's place, I swear I saw those lights in my rearview mirror. They disappeared before I could be sure. Now, it's Saturday again. I'm back at work. It's a little after 2 a.m, and I'm getting tired again. I think I'm gonna call the office guard. I think lights are here. If you ever find yourself alone, working graveyard shift, and your body suddenly feels heavy, don't look out the window, because it might be looking back. Someone is watching me? I found a dirty mattress in the woods, and it was pointed at my house. Have you ever felt like you were being watched? Not by someone obvious, but from the shadows, from somewhere you never even thought to look. I live on my family's farm. It's about 250 acres of mostly open land, rolling hills, scattered barns, a few old fences. But on the left side of my house, there's a small patch of woods, maybe 2 acres. Dense, overgrown, easy to forget about. I've always been a woods kid, you know? Grew up running around forests, climbing trees. But that one? That little thicket by the house? I never really stepped foot in it. Until one day, I finally did. I grabbed a machete from the barn, figuring I'd have to hack through vines and brush. I walked around the edge instead of going through the middle, mostly poison ivy and tangled mess in there. And just as I was about to circle back to where I started, I saw it. Right there in a small clearing was an old, dirty mattress. And next to it, a stuffed rabbit, and a bowl of water. I remember saying out loud, "What the hell?" Creeped me out, sure, but I figured it was just some old junk someone dragged in years ago. Still, something felt wrong. I got closer, and that's when I realized the mattress was facing my house. Someone had trimmed the weeds just enough to get a clear view of my windows. Not obvious, but intentional. I tried to brush it off. Probably just kids being weird, I told myself. Hanging out or something. But in the back of my mind, the question kept echoing. Was someone watching me? A few days passed. I went back to normal. Kinda laughed at myself for being so paranoid. But then one night, I got home late from work. It was pitch black outside, like it always is out here. I stepped out of my truck, and just for a second, as my headlights hit the trees, I saw something. 2 glowing dots, reflecting back at me. At first, I thought eyes, but they were too far apart to be a person. I clicked my keys, headlights flicked on again, and they were gone. I tried to forget. I really did. Time went on. Ryan, my buddy who was living with me at the time, started building a dirt bike track in those woods. One day, I showed him the mattress. He just laughed it off. We lifted it into the front bucket of the old tractor and dumped it in the dumpster behind the barn. I felt relieved. Like I got rid of something, like it was over. I had no idea. It was just beginning. Ryan worked on that track every weekend riding, tweaking, clearing new lines through the trees. The sounds of his dirt bike and that loud diesel tractor became normal background noise for me. Until one Saturday night, everything went silent. I hadn't seen Ryan since the morning. His truck was still parked by the house, but no sounds, no bike, no engine, just silence. I called his phone voicemail. I checked the barn, the other houses on the property. Nothing. Eventually, I had no choice. I grabbed this old, half-dead flashlight and walked into the woods alone. I walked the whole track, every turn, every clearing. After about 45 minutes, I was about to give up. Then, I saw it. His dirt bike, lying on its side. But no Ryan. My heart dropped. I ran over, thinking he might be hurt somewhere nearby. But then I saw the tires. Dozens of nails, driven into both front and back. It wasn't an accident. It was a trap. I ran home. Called the cops. They came quick, small town and all. Brought dogs, flashlights, even a drone. But they didn't find a damn thing. No blood. No footprints. No Ryan. We'll start a missing persons case tomorrow, Officer Langley said. Try to get some rest. But I knew better. I knew Ryan didn't just disappear. Months passed. The police moved on. Everyone moved on. I didn't. I kept walking that trail, hoping for a clue, for anything. And then, I found something. Lying just off the trail. That mattress. That same F***ing mattress. Back in the woods. Pointed right at my house. Like it never left. Like someone brought it back. I don't know what to do. I just needed to write this all down before I lose my mind. I thought this would stay in a draft forever. I wasn't gonna share it. But things have gotten worse. And before I tell you what's happening now, you needed to know where it started. Because whatever's out there, I think it's still watching. Update coming soon. Don't ignore that feeling in your gut. Because sometimes, you're right. You know that feeling you get when you're alone, after all the lights are off, and you're heading to bed? That feeling like you're being watched? When your breathing slows, so whatever your mind believes is lurking in the dark won't hear you? When you start to see figures in the shadows, illusions your mind creates to justify the panic. Let me just tell you now, you are being watched. Something is hiding in the darkness, watching, listening. Let me tell you my story. It was a perfect Saturday night. Just me, some gory horror films, and the dark silence of my house deep in the woods of Idaho. Ariel, my girlfriend, wasn't with me. She hated horror movies, couldn't handle the gore, which honestly made this experience better. No whining, no stopping. I had just finished The Shining and The Sixth Sense. Now, I was deep into The Grudge. You know the scene, the croaking woman dragging her victim down the stairs? That's when the power went out. The house went dead silent. I sat there, staring into the moonlit forest. That's when I felt it, that spine-chilling sensation. Like something just stepped inside the room. I thought I heard something shuffle behind me. I turned. Nothing. Just me. And the dark. I figured it was the usual rural outage. Nothing new. So I went to check the breakers. But I live in bear country, and I wasn't going out there unarmed. I grabbed my shotgun and stepped out into the night. As I passed the garage and looked toward my backyard, I saw a face. It was faint, almost like a silhouette in the grass, and it looked exactly like Ariel. She had a clear view of the living room window. It felt like she'd been watching me this whole time. I thought maybe she came to scare me. Maybe she canceled her plans. I walked toward the back door, pretending I didn't see her. The face tracked me. It watched as I moved, but it didn't blink. It didn't move. I lifted my flashlight, just for a second, when a loud bang exploded from inside the house. I turned, and when I looked back, the face was gone. I tried the back door. It was locked. I called out, "Ariel, I know you're out there trying to scare me." No response. I laughed. It had to be an animal, right? Just nerves messing with me. Just as I sat down, my smart doorbell pinged. Weird. There's no power. But I checked it anyway. Video feed was down, but the audio worked. That's when I got a call. It was Ariel. She said she was just pulling up to my house. I looked outside, no car. No sound. Then, K-N-O-C-K, not K-N-O-C-K. Another doorbell notification. I walked to the front door, put my eye to the peephole. Nothing. I saw a shadow pass the window. Something moving. I called Ariel again. She answered, drunk. Loud music in the background. She wasn't here. She never left the bar. She never called me. That's when it clicked. Who the hell knocked on my door? I checked the back door again. It was unlocked. I looked up, and I saw the face again in the grass. Still, watching. This time, I knew. Then I remembered everything. The call, the confession, the pounding on the door, the shattering glass, the scream, the gunshot. I remembered the blood. Ariel's body, Tony, me, dead. I've been dead for 10 years, reliving the night again and again. Every scream, every drop of blood. Each time a new family moves in, I try to reach them. Some feel me, some run from me, but none of them ever help. Until now. If you ever feel something watching you in the dark, if the hairs on your neck rise, if your body screams at you to run, it might just be me, begging for help, to finally rest.